So I've got 10 brand new fragrances for you again. Yes, the first quarter is over. We're actually in April, but believe it or not, there has been a ton of new releases. Checking these out today, sharing with you and letting you know with the first impressions as we do here, if these are any good and if you guys should go out and check them out yourselves. So if you guys love these videos, get comfortable. We're gonna crack them up right now. Welcome back to another video. 𝗥𝗿𝗿𝗶𝘃𝗹𝘀 here. If you love to make a great first impression, smelling good is a great way to do that. Today we're going to talk about 10 new fragrances. We're going to crack the first one here. This is a first impressions video. Remember that everything I talk about here is just that. Haven't really worn the fragrances, I don't know anything about longevity, projection. It's mainly my first take on that particular fragrance. This one here from the house of 𝗏𝗏, continuing his rainbow of collections, many different releases. This is called 𝗏𝗏 Signature Citrine, a more citrus take on the original signature. Let's find out. Really cool box, love the presentation. Back here it says 𝗥𝗿𝗏𝗏. You have some ingredients list back here. Nice presentation, does a good job. But what I do love about 𝗏𝗏 are the bottles. I think he does a tremendous job. The design is great, very unique, and I do enjoy these beautiful caps and their colorations. This is a metallic green coloration. The sprayers are usually pretty good with them. So let me get a test strip here and find out what I'm getting out of this fragrance, guys. So upon smelling the fragrance, you're going to attest to a whole bunch of citrus notes. We're talking very predominant bergamot, definitely some vetiver here. If you're familiar with fragrances that have very much a fruity citrus vetiver, that's what I'm getting here. Definitely very fruity, very uplifting, very refreshing. Something perfect for the season right now. As we're moving to warmer season, spring, heavy spring, into the summertime, this is going to be a great one, perhaps something I'm going to be wearing a lot this season. Maybe it's going to make my top summer, we shall see, but so far from a first impression, I don't know how long it's going to last, it's a great citrus aromatic fragrance. New flanker from the house of Lacoste, and Lacoste hasn't really excited me over the past few years. I think the last thing that I really liked about Lacoste was the L'Homme line. I think it was a great bang for your buck. This whole L.12.12 line don't really excite me. I think 𝗿𝗏𝗹𝗀𝗃 was the one from last year. This year we have 𝗿𝗏𝗹𝗃 Eau Fraiche, which perhaps even a fresher take on it. I mean, I do like the presentation of Lacoste. I think the bottles look clean, they look great. I love this ribbed back here. It's a green juice. I mean, it looks nice. You have the little gator here. It's nice stuff. I mean, but they don't excite me. I think it's, with most of their releases, it's more of the same, just a fresh, aromatic kind of fragrances. Good for everyday, casual. Let's see what we get out of this one, guys. This is nice. It has potential. It's going to lean towards that Paco Rabanne Invictus Acqua thing. So this is probably their version of that fragrance. Definitely very, very similar to that fragrance. If you have Legend by Montblanc, the white one. If you have fragrances that are already within that genre, this is going to be redundant. I'm just letting you know right off the bat, but I need to wear on skin to see if it's going to be as good as it was on paper. This one here, because it smells, it's changing a little bit. It's getting a little bit bitter here. I think there's perhaps ginger here. There's something here that's giving us a spicy and bitter nuance, which is nice. So off the top, 7.5 out of 10. It smells really good. If it projects and lasts a long time, it's probably going to be a great one for the warm season ahead. Again, very casual, easy to wear, pick up and go. You're going to smell good. Now here's a flanker, and I see companies doing this a lot. 𝗥𝗿𝗏 just did recently a flanker, which they haven't released flankers in so long. So this one here, a flanker from Azzaro, but from the Azzaro Chrome collection. The Eau de Toilette was released in 1996. This is Azzaro Chrome Eau de Parfum 2022. So a flanker to a fragrance that, believe it or not, is a very good seller in America. It sells pretty good. Not anymore, but for a while there, it was like in the top 3 most sold fragrances in America. At this point, I'm not even sure, with a lot of, greats like Dior Sauvage, Nautica Voyage, for example. I think those fragrances sell a lot more than Chrome, but Chrome is something that's very easy to wear. It's a very soapy, clean kind of a fragrance. This is Eau de Parfum, darker bottle. Really like the gradient from darker blue to transparent at the base. I'm thinking this is gonna be good. Easy to wear, easy to please. Exactly that. What I do love here is I'm getting a very nice spicy lavender along with a very beautiful mint up top. So it's gonna be very icy, refreshing. One of those, for those really scalding hot days, it's gonna be great. I think anything above 75, 80 degrees Fahrenheit, this is gonna be a great one. Out of the shower, spray. Similarities here, I'm getting a little vibe of Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense, or Intense, if you want to go French on me. It's going to be in that same vein, but I'm really liking this one. There's something in here along with that lavender, which I don't think you have with the Eau Intense from Dolce & Gabbana. I think the lavender here makes this a little more masculine and perhaps mature. I'm also getting a little bit of a pine vibe here in the base. I'm thinking this is going to be a great one that I'm definitely going to enjoy this summertime. Chrome from Azzaro, the Eau de Parfum 2022. I'm liking this one, 8 out of 10 off the top. And by the way, guys, these are all first impressions. What I do sometimes, I didn't do it with this one, it's still sealed. I like to crack these beforehand, so I'm not wasting time opening these on camera, but I'll do it with this one. So this is Valentino Donna, or Donna, which is an Italian word for lady. This is Born in Roma Coral Fantasy. I think a couple weeks ago I talked to you guys about the masculine version of this new fragrance. Today we're gonna crack the women's and let you guys know what you like. For all half dozen women of you that follow this channel, I have a little more than a half a dozen, but anyway, we know it's a predominantly masculine channel. Although these days it doesn't really matter, and fragrances of course don't have gender. This is more marketed toward women, so we're gonna go with that. Sprays are always great. Let's see what we get out of this one. I really liked the introduction here. What I was reading through the notes and really got me inspired to try this fragrance and giving it to my wife, of course, was the kiwi. They said it has a nice, I think, Brazilian orange or yellow kiwi. It is very predominant up top. Of course, it's going to be a fruity floral fragrance, so there's some florals coming through already. The jasmine here, perhaps a tiny bit of tuberose, which is very popular these days with women fragrance releases. But that fruity kiwi / orange up top is very, very nice. It's mouth-watering, a little bit sharp, very inviting, something easy to wear, seductive even, very attractive. I think a lady would smell incredible with this fragrance, and I'm looking forward to smelling this on my wife. Definitely highly recommend this one. Off the top, smells great. I'm giving this one an 8 out of 10 or 7.5. I don't know if it's gonna get too floral, but if it stays more fruity and ambery, because I know there's some brat seeds in here as well, this is going to be an 8 out of 10, or maybe a 7.5 if it becomes a little more floral. But needless to say, loving the introduction here. New from Hugo Boss. I mean, I think Hugo Boss is probably one of the top brands when it comes to flankers. They just keep coming, never-ending flankers. Not so much this line, but it's catching up to the bottled, the Boss bottled collection, which has flankers, like 2 to 3 flankers per year. This one here, this scent, Le Parfum 2022. There was one before this one, I think it was called the Accord or something, which had like a cocoa accord, which was great. If that fragrance lasted longer, it would have been a great one. This one here, the bottle looks amazing. I mean, it's a standard bottle of the scents. This is the scent Le Parfum 2022. Let's see what we get out of this. When we look at the notes, there's some very interesting notes to talk about. Sprays are great. And this is a very nice scent. It's going to be spicy, creamy, aromatic, not gourmand, but definitely woody spicy, which is my favorite genre in fragrance. I love that classification. It's going to be a woody spicy. And I get a little bit of a floral, almost 𝗿𝗲𝗏𝗃, but not quite, but I do get a spicy floral nuance to this fragrance. So looking at the notes, guys, you got the leather, but that iris patchouli, there's a spicy iris here that's not that, cocoa / lipstick or makeup vibe iris that you get, and I mostly love, which I talked about the newest from Givenchy, the Reserve Privé, that has that lipsticky vibe. This one, instead of a lipsticky vibe, will give you more of a spicy, floral, leathery undertone, which is nice, but I have to be honest with you, I think it leans a little bit feminine for my taste. So I'm giving this one a 7 out of 5. I'm giving this one a 7 out of 10. It smells good, but again, a little feminine for my taste. I think this would be great on a woman, and I think if I was boss, I would have released this as the scent for ladies, because I think this is, like I said, very spicy floral kind of a scent. Next up, we have John Varvatos XX or 20 Artisan Teal. This fragrance here is the millionth flanker, and lost count. But I have to be honest with you guys, lately, the line has not impressed me. We all know John Varvatos fragrances smelled great. I think Rodrigo Floreiro was the perfumer, the in-house perfumer for many years, and he did a tremendous job. Granted, a lot of those fragrances were lackluster when it comes to performance, but some of them were actually better than others, especially the older ones, the vintage, the original, Artisan Acqua. I mean, some of those actually performed well. This one here is going to be their teal version. I don't know who the perfumer is. I'm hoping it's a good fragrance, because one thing Varvatos does well is the presentation. The bottles always look amazing. This is a heavy metal cap. Love the wick that they have here with the teal glass. I mean, they always look great in your vanity. Just beautiful bottles, nice, it fits in your hand perfectly. I do enjoy their presentation. Like I said, lately, especially with the Nik Jonas collection, I think those fragrances, except for maybe like the Crimson Red one, was enjoyable, but again, lackluster. Nothing really inspiring, just some of those casual, easy to grab, work scents, day wear kind of stuff. This one here, and that's okay. Sometimes you need those in your wardrobe, but just nothing inspiring, you know? Okay, Teal is going to be a salty, aquatic type of a fragrance. Very citrus, very aromatic, and I have like a sea breeze, you know, aquatic undertone. It is very nice. I think it's gonna be just amazing for a nice summer day. Just great for this time of the year. I would not wear this, although you could, of course, but I think this is great for tropical weather, warm season. If you live in a place where it's warm season, you know, 24/7, this would be a great scent as a signature scent. Again, similar to a lot of stuff out there, I think there's some tonka beans here at the base as well. It's adding that sweetness, or maybe ambroxan. It is on the sweeter side as it dries down. So definitely more of the same, nothing new, nothing unique. Smells good, but I'm gonna give this a 6.5 out of 10. Again, because it's just more of the same. Aquatic, sweet, ambroxan, a little bit of tonka in the base. It's one of those been there, done that kind of a sense. Again, Varvatos, please up your game. We love you guys, but it's been very, you know, safe kind of scent. And that's how I would describe this. Very safe, not boring, but just too safe. All right, cool. So I got 4 more fragrances to talk about. Obviously, always trying to leave the best for last. Hopefully, these will be the best ones. We got the new from Polo, a new from 𝗿𝗲𝗋𝗄, the newest Jean-Paul Gaultier. But before we talk about those, I want to remind you guys that you can try any of these fragrances whatsoever before you buy them. They're all available. Every time something new comes out, right away, you can find them at Perfume.com. The partner of this channel. Don't waste time, guys. They have a great member program, which will give you guys first dibs on everything, free bottles every month. They're always up in their game. They're always adding new facets to this membership, which gives so much back to you guys. I wouldn't really talk about them if I actually didn't experience them for years before I actually brought them forth here on the channel, because I always share with you guys something that I truly believe in. So I'm telling you, Perfume.com, the best place to try before you buy it. Check out details below. There's always great stuff that I share with you, details, savings codes. So check out the description of this video. And of course, if you're ready to commit to a bottle, most, if not all of these bottles can also be found at fragrancebuy.ca, which is also the best place to purchase bottles at a discount. Obviously, best price, best bang for your buck, fragrancebuy.ca, you know it. So here we go, guys. The newest from Azzaro, the most wanted line. Another flanker from Azzaro. We talked about the Chrome Eau de Parfum. This is going to be Parfum. There has been an Eau de Parfum. There has been an Eau de Parfum Intense. I mean, it's getting out of hand. Now, sometimes I even get confused. Have I talked about this yet? You know, it's one of those things, man. It's just, they're milking that cow, that's for sure. So this one here, the bottle, I have to say, the best looking one. I think the one previous to this one was all black, which was nice, but I do enjoy this matte black metal cap top here and the beautiful gradient bronze or ambery kind of a glass part of this bottle. This does look great. I think it's the best one so far from this line. We all know that the Azzaro one did. The original is kind of like 𝗥𝗿𝗏 𝗏𝗏 Acqua, and then as the fragrance line progressed, it became very much of like a night scent, easy to wear for like romantic settings, night outs, if you go out dancing, you go out clubbing, it's gonna be one of those scents. So let's see what we get out of this. Sprays are great. Wow, I am impressed. On a first impression standpoint, this is going to be a great scent. So here's the easy way to describe this, guys. 1 million Parfum, you know, with that tuberose, that sweet, sickly sweet, syrupy, honey kind of a accord. All of that here, spices. I think there's like a red ginger accord here and bourbon, vanilla in the base, which gives us a nice boozy facet. This is a nice one, guys. I can see this one being a great fragrance, making a lot of top lists and a lot of, you know, go-to fragrances for the fall and winter ahead. I mean, we're heading into summertime, so not the best time to release this, but smells absolutely freaking amazing. I can't wait to rock this. We're still getting some cool nights here in New York, Connecticut area, so I'm definitely gonna pull this off in some cooler nights because I think it's gonna be a winner with the ladies, if you catch my drift. All right, this one here has been getting a lot of talks. People are really happy with this one, so I'm very excited to share with you. So Polo also is another brand, Ralph Lauren, that has a lot of flankers. I mean, the blue line is incredible. I mean, I do enjoy it, but sometimes they overdo a little bit. I'm not big fan of all the different flankers. There has been an older Parfum, which I think was released in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. This is just a Parfum. Who knows? I'm sure they're gonna come up with a straight or a elixir. It's the thing to do now. So let's see what the Parfum is gonna be like. I do enjoy the bottle. I think they're upping their game a lot with the bottles. I think it looked great. Love that, you know, gunmetal finish with the cap. The bottle just looks nice, a little elongated from the other bottles, which were a little stubbier. So I am enjoying the presentation with this brand right now. Sprayers are beastly. Let's see what we got at this one, guys. So this is nice. This is going to be, again, with that blue. I don't get the cucumber vibe that you get with the original blue from 2003, if I'm not mistaken. This one here, it has a little bit of that DNA minus the cucumber. Very refreshing, very uplifting. Orange, tangerine, citruses up top. A little bit musky in the base, I think. Maybe some lavender. It's very popular now for brands to be going back to the lavender, the old fougères. There's definitely a little bit of a lavender infusion in here. It smells nice, definitely masculine and more mature from everything here we talked about today, but also with that fruity, pleasant, aquatic undertone that you get with Acqua di Gio and all those aquatic blue kind of genres. Great stuff, guys. I'm giving this one an 8.5 out of 10. I'm really enjoying this one. I think it's gonna be a good one. Not great, it's not gonna be something groundbreaking. Wow, this is brand new. There's nothing like that in the market. So perhaps if you have other blues, it's gonna be something, you know, more of the same for you. But if you don't have anything that's like a blue aquatic fragrance in your collection, just like some of the ones I talk about here, grab one of these and you're gonna be all set for the summer. All right, now we're gonna talk about Acqua di Parma. This is a 2022 release. I think most fragrances here are from this year for sure. This one here is going to be a re-release or resurgence of a fragrance that was discontinued from 2015, which I reviewed for you guys back then. I'll pop it up here so you guys can see that review. Fragrance was a similar fragrance to Acqua di Gio with a more herbal and minty take. It was a very good fragrance. I loved it. They discontinued, now they brought it back. Acqua di Parma Colonia Club is back in 2022. I do have the original. Obviously, I'll do a comparison afterwards, but I am telling you right now, the opening here, if I remember correctly, that one was very minty and herbal. This one here, very sparkly, citrus, aromatic. I'm liking this one a lot. And I sense a little bit of a synthetic molecule, perhaps an isoe super. There's definitely a synthetic component here that I think it's going to help with performance. I think it's going to really, you know, rise the performance in this fragrance. It's going to make it long lasting. It has the Acqua di Parma DNA that you always attach to, which is that Mediterranean refreshing fruits and sea vibe, sea breeze. Definitely here. This one here evokes beach. Very refreshing, maybe shorts, maybe a t-shirt, a polo shirt. It smells absolutely great. I think Colonia Club has a fitting name to it if you're in a club with friends and family, hanging out, having fun. This is one of those fragrances, put a smile on your face. I'm gonna give this one here an 8.5 out of 10. Loving this one so far in the opening because it's spring and summertime coming up. I think this is my favorite one from all the ones I talked about here that has that vibe. So definitely check this one out. Acqua di Parma never disappoints. All right, guys, this one here is one that's been getting a lot of hype. People are really talking this one up, and it was one of the most talked about fragrances when it was first announced. Quentin Bisch is the perfumer here. The one before this one, Le Beau, the Beautiful from Jean-Paul Gaultier. This is the Le Parfum. The one before this one was good, but people complain about the power. It wasn't as powerful, and the coconut that people loved in that fragrance was not as coconutty enough. So from what I'm understanding, this one here was definitely amped up. They really, you know, gave more emphasis on that coconut, even adding some pineapple here. So you're gonna have like a pineapple vibe with the coconut, like a pina colada. Let's find out, guys. Very curious. Beast sprayers. Wow, guys, this is absolutely incredible. If you're familiar with Malibu coconut rum, it's going to have that vibe with like a pineapple juice infusion, just like a pina colada, but almost gourmandy. Very aromatic, very beautiful. The name very fitting here, Le Beau, the Beautiful. This is a gorgeous scent. And I'm gonna say one thing here. I talked about that the new Wanted Parfum, you know, from Azzaro was going to be a great one for evening wear. This one here is even better, guys. So I think I gave it an 8 out of 10 for that fragrance. I'm giving this one a 9 out of 10. It smells absolutely amazing, guys. One of the best releases right now. If you like a sweet fragrance, it's like I said, a little bit gourmandy, dessert-like, sensual, attractive, great for evening wear or dressier occasions. If you want to be playful, guys, this one will do the job just right. Le Beau, Le Parfum, Great stuff from Jean-Paul Gaultier. Now guys, if you guys enjoy the channel, as always, a like is appreciated. Subscribe for more, of course, and hit the bell so you get these videos straight into your feed. As always, guys, choose your fragrances wisely and wear them well. I'll see you guys back here very soon. Take care.